What am I doing when I'm doing that? Am I reacting? No. Am I ruminating in my mind about what it might mean? No. I'm just observing. Then I'm going into my head, well, that thing that I just saw, it doesn't matter. Why? Because I caused it, because I am God. So I'm going to be still in this moment and know that it's changeable because I caused it. Guys, every single suggestion today in the Loz Lesson suggestions in the squad is all about people panicking or affirming out of panic or not being able to stay in their new self, in the new story of them, and allowing the 3D to throw them. I don't know how many different ways and how many different times I can teach you guys how to get out of the state of thinking the 3D matters. I've given you techniques. I've given you like 15 courses. I don't know how many different ways I can say it so you guys allow this to sink in that the 3D does not matter. Let me do a Loz lesson on this. So guys, listen. People are saying in this Loz lesson suggestion box, actually changing your self-concept, a lesson about desperately affirming versus simply acknowledging that the 3D isn't real, only living in the end, and if old stories pop up, what should we do if reaffirming causes spiraling, how to persist when it's been ages, having a lesson on keeping the right mental diet, how to recognize when you've fallen asleep and catch yourself when your thinking has gone back to the old patterns, a lesson on it's already done. I have a course called Don't Be a Triggered Bitch. It sounds like every single person in this suggestion box needs to do that course, because allowing the 3D to throw you and reaffirming things and then your affirming causes you to spiral, or seeing 3D things and panic affirming is all being triggered. And I don't know how many different ways I can say to you guys, the 3D is a reflection of what you were already thinking. It doesn't matter. The 3D is illusory. It isn't really real. It's what you made up. It's what you caused. If you are panicking about it, you're panicking about your own creation. If you are trying to reaffirm something because the new story isn't sticking, you're allowing the old story to throw you even though you created it. You are the only cause of what you're seeing. The 3D is a reflection of what you still are thinking. The 3D doesn't matter because it's caused by you. I can tell you different techniques to get into the new state and think new thoughts. But it seems like the 7 suggestions here are all people who haven't understood that the 3D does not matter and is only a reflection of them. Oh, but I keep seeing it and getting panic by it. I keep seeing it and need to reaffirm. Oh, when I affirm, I panic affirm. Oh, I can't stay in the new state. How to be in the new mental diet. How to not fall asleep. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know how else to say it to you, that what happens out here doesn't mean anything. If you just got that, none of this would matter. Like, none of what you asked me would actually matter at all, but you don't get it. Don't know what you guys want me to do. You guys want me to give more affirmations to you to stop the old thinking so you can affirm away what you're seeing that you think matters? Do you want me to give you techniques to cancel out what you're seeing because you think what you're seeing matters? Do you want me to give you new ways to have a new mental diet because you think what's out here matters? It's the thinking what out here matters. It's the thinking that what out here is and matters. That's the problem. Guys, don't you get, you can do every technique in the world, but if you don't get that what out here is only as it is because of how you are. I'll say it again because that was very convoluted the way I just said it and very confused. If you would only understand that everything you're seeing, hearing, and experiencing that you're trying to affirm away, that you're trying to have a good mental diet about, that you're trying to persist in, that you're trying to live in the end of, whatever you're seeing now that's triggering you, that's throwing you, that's making you spiral, that's making you think old thoughts, that's making you not stay in the new mental diet, if only you would get you caused it so you can uncause it, I literally wouldn't have a job if you only got that, but you don't get it. And so many of you don't like me saying, you're not listening, you don't get it, you're in a trance, listen to me, you're not listening. How to remove bad thinking. First of all, why are you asking me a question? Secondly, are you hearing what I'm saying? The bad thinking you're having is because you think what you're seeing and hearing and experiencing matters. So you're still having bad thinking about it. Who gets this? Someone in this fucking chat out of 200 people, please tell me, someone gets that the only reason you need a technique from me or an affirmation from me or ways to have new thinking is because what you are thinking right now is that this matters. That it isn't here yet. That what they said means something. That what they did means something. That you can't change this. That you are the way you are and you can't change the way you are. That your old thinking is going to keep perpetuating. That you haven't changed. That you are the old you. That your self-concept is the same. That it's reflecting out and nothing has changed. That's your story, so it won't fucking change. Your story that it matters means it will continue to matter. Your story that it hasn't worked means it will continue to not work. Yes, I get it. It's taken a while. Well, fuck me, one person gets it. It doesn't matter because it came from your head first. I don't know, guys. I don't know how many people are going to get this. If you can't get that one fundamental thing, please go back to my trilogy that I recently recorded that are 3 must-watch videos in a row. And some of you will not like them because I'm shouting at you to try and get this through your thick, fucking trance-like skull. That what out here doesn't matter because you caused what's out here. That it is how it is because you are how you are. Go and watch it. The trilogy is called the Awareness Trilogy. There is the You Are God video. There is the Brainwash Yourself video because some of you haven't brainwashed yourselves enough yet with this new thinking. And the last one is the power of being your new self. Now, I get that these questions are about how to be your new self, but don't you get the reason why you're asking me that is because you're thrown by this? What you're really asking me in all of these questions is, how do I not get thrown by this? How do you not get thrown by it, guys? Answer me. Someone in the chat tell me, how do you not be thrown by it? Anyone know? How do you look out here or feel feelings about out here and not allow it to throw you? Turn attention away, live in your mind, yes. Stay the course, yes. Know you caused it, yes. You remember you have the power to change things. You live in the end, you focus on who you are being. You remind yourself that you caused it. You trust it will work out by remembering you are God. You know you can change it. Okay, how come so many people in here know this and yet 7 people in my squad don't know this? I want to ask you guys, are you living this that you just wrote? Some of you can give me piecemeal sayings that you've heard on manifestation videos, but you're not actually really thinking that. You're not actually really being that way. I would say maybe 2% of you are, and I don't mean that to be mean because I know I'm not sometimes. Because I know how difficult this can be. See, a lot of you are giving me sayings that you've heard, things I've said, but are you really doing it? Be honest. How many of you can look out here and not be thrown by the 3D? I still am sometimes. And then I have to remind myself, oh, hang on, I caused that. Why am I even getting annoyed? Right? That's how I fix it. I go, oh, now this is the solution to your problems, guys. The 7 questions. You see it, you experience it, you go, huh. I've done this before, and a lot of you don't get what this is. Look at this shit. Well, it's fine because I caused it. And because I caused it, I can change it. I can uncause what I caused. This is fine. That. But how many of you are actually doing that? How many of you are like the dog in the meme, sitting in the burning down, fiery furnace of a room, going, this is fine with your coffee? Most of you aren't. That's why you're here. You're not here for entertainment. You're giving me piecemeal sayings that you've heard on videos, that you've heard from other creators, that you've heard from me, and you think you understand this, and yet when push comes to shove and something throws you in the 3D, you don't really believe that. That you can change it, that you caused it, that you know it doesn't matter, that you know the circumstances will change, that you know you are in control, that you know you are God, you know you're the power, you know this is all changeable. You don't actually, in the depths of your being, believe that. You know why I know that? Because something happened to me in the last couple of days, and I went back to my old thinking of like, and I'm going to say to this person this. For like an hour. I was really in my head. And then I'm going to say this. And I teach this. So if I teach this and I still do that, I call bullshit on the 90% of you in here who reckon they know this. I don't reckon you're living this. Why are you asking me questions, real Jessie? If you actually listen to any of my videos, you'd know exactly what that means. What do you think Neville meant by crucifixions happened within you? Crucifixion happened within you. Go and watch the I Am God video and you'll get it. Why are you even asking me that? Why is that statement about Neville so important to you right now? Go and watch that video. Get back to me. I talk about Jesus on the cross, and I talk about the fact that that's you and you have to resurrect yourself. Go and watch it. I'll put it here. That's what all of you in here haven't done, who still think the 3D matters. You haven't resurrected yourself, really. So I don't really know sometimes when I'm at this point where I feel like you guys aren't getting the fundamentals, how to even answer these questions. These are like beginner questions where people are being thrown by their thoughts. Oh, I'm still thinking shit. I'm still thinking shit. Oh, help me, help me. How do I stop thinking this thing? Oh, this thing I saw really triggered me. How do I change my thinking? How do I be in the new self-concept? What do I do when I think this thing? Oh, when I'm doing sleep takes and I wake up and I'm getting annoyed about it, or I wake up in the middle of the night and it affects me. Or what do I do now, Loz? What do I do now? What do I do now? What do you do now? There is a recording in my Neville course that all of you need to listen to. And it is simply me repeating something over and over and over and over again. Does anyone know who it is, what it is that I say? Who's got the Neville Made Easy course here? Who remembers the recording? What's the recording? I just say the same line over and over and over and over and over and over again so that you get in the state of knowing. What is it? Does anyone know? I'll give you a hint. And if you really understand Neville's teachings, you'll know what it is. Yes, it is be still and know that I am God. What does be still mean? What am I doing when I'm doing that? Am I reacting? No. Am I ruminating in my mind about what it might mean? No. I'm just observing. then I'm going into my head, well, that thing that I just saw, it doesn't matter. Why? Because I caused it, because I am God. So I'm going to be still in this moment and know that it's changeable because I caused it. How many of you are doing that in life? I know that you aren't, because the other day I didn't. And I was thrown by the stupidest thing that meant something to me. And I know that if I went to the person and said, why didn't you do that for me? Or why didn't you send me that message? They'll be like, oh, sorry, I didn't even realise that was important. And I'll be like, oh, right? I want you guys to get to that point. And I can give you every course in the world and every affirmation in the world, but if you don't get the fundamental of this, that you are God, I will be here till I'm 80 telling you the same shit and you're not really hearing me. And like I've said to you in that trilogy, I am literally fucking myself up telling you this. Like I'm ruining my own career here by telling you this. But I know you won't hear me. And I'll be here till I'm 80, for those of you who don't hear it. Got it? I want you to radically change your thinking, guys, about everything. Not just yourself. How things work. What reality is. What out here even means. Don't you get that someone wrote this big diatribe essay on one of my videos yesterday about there is contention in the law of assumption community that self-concept work doesn't work and really we should not be focusing on it. And I just wrote underneath this absolute diatribe of all the reasons. I wrote, mate, I don't think you know what self-concept means. It's just your I amness. It's who you think you am, you dumb fuck. Why did you write that? Don't you get that self-concept means who I think I am? Your I amness, your consciousness of self. That's all we're changing here. Your I amness. And your I amness causes everything. That's it. I didn't need an essay for you to explain to me what you think doesn't work. You don't even understand what it is you're talking about that doesn't work. Why did you even write that? Why did you spend probably 20 minutes of your time writing an essay about it? Apparently, what you're saying, you really need to get your point across. You really care about me understanding you. Maybe you've got a story no one understands you. Maybe you've got a story that you really, really need to get your point across. Maybe you've got a story that everything you're learning is wrong. If only you'd listen, you'd get what self-concept means and all you need to change is your I amness. That's it. Because it's manifesting everything. Oh, is that what self-concept means? Are you fucking kidding me? How many different fucking ways can a person sitting here say your I amness of self, who you think you am, is your concept of you, your ideas of yourself? Oh, I thought you were teaching healing or something, or changing your self-esteem or changing your childhood issues. What the fuck? I am telling you that what you think you am came from your childhood. I'm telling you that the level of self-esteem you currently have is based on your ideas of yourself. I'm just teaching you to change your ideas of yourself, your I amness of self. Oh, is that it? What the fuck do you think manifest means? It means from within to without. What's happening within? That's your I amness of self. Oh, fuck, is that what that means? What? Don't give me a 5-page essay on my YouTube about what you think it means. You don't even know what it fucking means. Who gets that all I'm trying to teach you is how to change who you think you are? And you can change it like this. But most of you have a hard time doing that. So don't come to me and say, well, why do you have courses then? And why do you give affirmations then? And why? Oh, fuck me. Can you do it? Have you done it? No. So don't bullshit me and say, why do you give affirmations then? Why do you sell courses then? Bitch, have you changed who you think you are instantaneously right now in this moment? Bing? No, you fucking haven't. That's why you're arguing with me on the fucking internet. Some of you are complete and utter bullshit artists who think they get this, and then you argue the point in videos and in lives, and then you think I'm going to care about your argument. Your argument is just showing me who you are. Your argument is showing me that I have a really strong assumption that a lot of you really don't get this. And it's very difficult, you've got to understand, guys, as a teacher, for me to think you all get this. Because otherwise, what the fuck am I doing here? Like if I was a quantum physicist and I was standing at a lecture at university, would I have the assumption that everyone at the university, regardless of what degree they were doing, all understood this? I mean, that would make no sense as the lecturer, wouldn't it? I am here to teach the people who don't understand, who really care about understanding it. I'm not teaching the mathematicians or the engineers or the doctors. I'm just teaching these people who care about physics, who don't yet understand it. So please don't come to me and say, oh, you should have an assumption we all get it. Of course you don't all fucking get it. But I want you to. And sometimes I really want myself to get it. When I got triggered in the moment the other day and wanted to say something to somebody, I lost the knowledge. I wasn't in the knowing. I was triggered. Did I in that moment understand that I am the only cause of whatever was triggering me? No. For that moment, I wasn't doing this. How did I cause that? Oh, you know what I think about that person? I think this about that person. So I'm going to think differently about that person. And that thought I have about that person comes from the thoughts about me that I think this about me. I'm not going to think that about me anymore. So this doesn't matter, this thing that just happened. And I'm not going to say anything to them because what would be the point? I caused it. Now I'm changing it. That's the answer to all of these questions. What I just did. See the process that I just went through in my mind? That's what you all need to be doing when you're triggered. That's what you all need to be doing when you're spiraling. That's what you all need to be doing when your mental diet has gone wrong. That's what you all need to be doing when there's a moment in the 3D that you think matters. It's so easy now. I've got mad at myself for making manifesting so hard. It's really simple. Guys, listen. I hate to say this, but most people make it complicated for you because then they can sell you shit. Like, don't you guys get that? If they made it really simple, how could they sell you things? Why would you watch videos? The YouTube money would be gone. The tools and courses are to help us change our thoughts and beliefs. Exactly. So, having said that, I create courses because you guys think your circumstances in those courses, that those courses are about, really matter. So until you change your mind and start realizing that it doesn't matter, and until you can get a handle on your old thinking, until you can control your unconscious, subconscious thinking, I will continue to do those courses because I know so many of you, as do I, have difficulty in moments to understand how to change this. Right? Even I allow my subconscious thoughts to run me when I'm triggered. And I'm not going to bullshit you and tell you, I've manifested my whole life and everything is perfect. You are a bullshit artist. No one's like that, guys. Even Jesus wasn't like that. That's why he ended up on the fucking cross. Don't you get that's what the story, that's what the story is about? He's up there. Oh, fuck, if only I didn't think that thing about everyone betraying me or me being forsook, I wouldn't have been up here forsook. Fuck. Well, shit. That's what the whole story's about. And he's showing you how he then changed, and someone just wrote it here, and it's exactly right. And then he what? Forgave everyone. Exactly, MJ. Perfect. And that's what I teach you guys. And a lot of you have trouble with that. And in my back and begging course, there is actually a forgiveness meditation. And a lot of you were very upset by it because you have a very hard time forgiving people, especially your specific person, especially anyone you think has hurt you, you perceived as hurting you. Why do you have to forgive people? Because you caused what they did to you, just like Jesus. But I didn't want the person to abuse me, but I didn't want the person to leave me, but I didn't want them to abandon me, but I didn't want them to go off with my sister, but I didn't want a third party, but I didn't want someone to steal all my money, but I didn't want to lose my house, but I didn't want to not get my career, It's not about what you want, guys, it's about what you are. You can want everything in the world. Does wanting change things? Look how many people in the world spend all day wanting things that they don't have. Is that working for them? How's that working for you, as Dr. Phil would say? Everyone wants shit all day long. It ain't working, because otherwise they'd have it. Who's getting this? Where can we find the 3 videos you were speaking of? Okay, I'm going to put the link here when I put this on YouTube. It's called the Awareness Trilogy. It's 3 videos. They're black thumbnails. It's called You Are God. Watch that one first. Then I go on a fucking rant about that video in the second one called Brainwash Yourself and how many people didn't understand what I was saying and me re-explaining what I was saying. And the third one's very chill, called The Power of Being. Watch them in that order. Then if you still don't get it, come back and watch this again and again and again until you get this. Some of you may need to, like some of my videos in my recent courses, like the Change the Past course and Back and Begging and Don't Be a Trigger Bitch, have to watch things over and over and over and over, because I think in the recent past, I've been saying things in a more in-depth way, and some people are like, oh, fuck, I didn't get this before. Now I'm getting it. I just need to hear that again so it really sinks in, because this is different than what I've been thinking all this whole time. This is different than what I think reality creation is. This is what I've not been thinking. This is why everything's fucked. The first video of Back and Begging, somebody watched it 30 times about how to manifest their specific person back and what they were doing wrong. They didn't get it. And they were like, oh, fuck me. I have to watch this 30 times to really let this sink in. Do you have a tip if you think your manifest takes forever? Yes, the tip is stop thinking that. I know some of you are new. I know some of you really don't get what I'm saying. And I know I'm at a point in my life where I've been doing this for so long that I want to shake you into submission of understanding this. Those of you who are very confused, okay, very confused about what I'm saying, you think it's taking too long, you can't figure out how to change yourself, you don't know how to manifest a specific person back, you can't understand how to change what's out here, you can't understand how to change your thinking, please go and get my free course. Just start there. It's at subconsciouslaws.com and it's called Everything You've Learned About Manifesting is Wrong. I'll put it here. That's the very fundamental of awareness. Then watch my 3 videos, but you might find those a bit hard going. So go back and do the free course first. Then get my self-concept course called A Kick-Ass You, which analyzes your subconscious thinking. Or if it's love you're after, do Worthy as Fuck for Love, which analyzes your thinking about love. Your subconscious hidden thinking that you don't know you're thinking. That's why I have assessments. Then come and join us in the squad for January 6th for Become Magnetic. Because in this course, I will teach you how to do nothing to manifest everything. Your specific person, money, the house, the job, whatever. You're just being and it will come. Magnetizing your desires to you like this, even though that's not actually what you're doing. And a lot of you think you're doing this and you're not. In this course, I'll teach you how to have that magnetism that allows things to like come stick to you like a magnet, to be a human magnet of your desires. And a lot of you aren't getting how to do that. You think you need to do things. You even think you need to do 1,000 gazillion techniques to change things. In Become Magnetic, I'll give you tools, but I'm teaching you how to just be. Does that make sense? And some of you need the tools, obviously. That's why I give them to you. I even need them sometimes. But the whole course is about magnetizing your desires to you easily. All right, guys, I'm going to put a must-watch sticker on this. I might even add it to the Awareness Trilogy and call it the Awareness Trilogy +1. It's not a trilogy anymore if there's 4 videos, is there? No, I'll make it a purple thumbnail like this and I'll call it something, but I'll put a big must-watch sticker on it. All right, guys, so please watch this back on my YouTube. If you're not subscribed to me on my YouTube, please subscribe. If you're not following me on TikTok or Instagram, please go and do that because we don't know what's going on with TikTok. So make sure you also follow me on my Instagram account, Subconscious Laws. Also, there's my free group, Subconscious Laws, on Facebook, and also my squad. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. See you guys. Bye.